Welcome back, everybody. In the last video we went through and we cut this alfalfa here. As you can see, we're getting a pretty good dry on it, but we need to roll this other side so we can get that to dry as well. You don't want it so dry that you start to lose the leaves. It doesn't help at all. But we need to get the rake out here and start rolling these over. And so, I'm sure by the thumbnail you'll all have seen, I have the rake hooked up to the K. Now the reason I did this, one, I've never seen anyone rake with a crawler. And two, we need to get the K out and work it a little bit. It's just been sitting here. We drove it around earlier this spring, but we need to get it out and work it a little bit. With the dipstick out and cleaned off, let's stick that back in there and see what the oil level's like before we start out here. Plenty good. I'll have to get a rag and wipe that oil spot up. As far as grease goes, this was greased last fall. I'll probably keep doing it once a year. I don't put enough hours on these tracks to really concentrate on greasing it too much. Otherwise it just makes a bigger mess. So let's see if she wants to fire up and go pull a rake around. So we're trying to get the rake set up here on the crawler. Obviously the drawbar height is not the same as the tractor, and we don't want to leave this behind, but you also don't want your needles dragging in the dirt. So we'll come back up here, and we are adjusted up quite a ways. Back those each out about an inch or so on the threaded rod. And we'll try that. Well, we managed to get the first round done. It actually didn't go as bad as I really thought it was going to. I was really concerned about tearing up the corners in that. And really, I mean, this crawler really doesn't do a terrible job of, or a good job of tearing it up, however you want to say it. It actually, it leaves it alone pretty well. And really, I mean, yeah, you can see where we drove with it, but it's not terrible. No different than a tractor leaving tractor treads. So, I think we'll head around for round 2. Well, it's not perfect, and I'll never claim it to be, but they're straight enough rows that I can bale it. So, once this dries out, we'll get the tractor hooked up to the baler and see if we can make some more squares. Tell you guys what, I sure would love to find a PTO for a crawler. Go square baling with a crawler. What you doing? Come to check it out. You think, Milo? Jake?